Scotty's House is the Child Advocacy Center of the Brazos Valley. We work with law enforcement and CPS to investigate child abuse. Instead of the child having to visit each entity separately, they come to our facility where they only have to tell their story once. That statement is preserved. So our facility is set up so that families have a space where they can have private conversations with those investigators, where they won't be disturbed, where no one else is overhearing their conversation. And so our facility is set up to accommodate all the ages of children that we serve, but also to make sure that those initial conversations with the investigative partners are private and they can have as much of a comfortable space as possible. Everything we do is about providing comfort, about making the child abuse investigation process easier for them, and so these are small things that we can do to make that possible. We're so lucky that we have such community support that I don't remember the last time we've had to buy a blanket. We have quilts that are made by local quilters. We have the fleece blankets with the tied fleece blankets that are made by youth groups. And then who doesn't love buying stuffed animals? And so we are really blessed to have such a great community that supports us and wants to support the children we serve. We are wanting to make sure that the child is okay. You know, it's very healing for children to have a medical professional, whether it's a nurse or a doctor, say, "You're okay," and to tell them that nobody is going to know that they're a victim of abuse just by looking at them. You know, I think some of the children that we serve feel like it's stamped on their forehead that something has happened to them. And so that's besides knowing that there's nothing wrong, hearing that from somebody who, you know, they hold in high regard is very, very healing. The main point of entry kind of into our services is the forensic interview. And so law enforcement and CPS are bringing them here to record their statement, to preserve it, so that they only have to tell that story once. So at Scotty's House we use multiple therapeutic techniques to work with abused children and their families, one of which is play therapy. Children that we see aren't very good at describing their emotional state. They can't put into words what they're feeling, and so we use play therapy as a way to help them act out, process whatever they need to with regard to their trauma so that they can move past it and move on to a healthy life. We have a facility dog at our location who can be used in all of our services. We can use him in forensic interviews, we can use him in our medical exams, we use him in counseling. He visits with families in the waiting room. It's a new program that we started in August, and already he's made a significant impact on the children that we serve. I know of 2 instances where children were in the middle of an interview and you could tell that they were reliving what they were describing to the interviewer. And this wonderful dog we have, Sawyer, was able to pick up on that. And one time he decided he was just going to flop his head over in the child's lap, which you could see the child it almost startled him because they had gone back